All right. Hi, everyone, and welcome back. We're starting right on the hour here, and I'm so glad to welcome all of you to the Personal Brand Live launch. We have been at it now for close to 3 days. Today's the third day of the program, so hopefully you guys are enjoying everything that you're learning so far. I'm really excited to welcome you back. And as usual, we have a lot to cover. So I'm going to kick off the first couple minutes just recapping some of the content we discussed over the past 2 days on Monday and Tuesday. And then we'll kick off with today's session, which I know many of you are really, really excited about. So on day one, we obviously covered, how to position your personal brand to attract speaking engagements, brand deals, and clients. It's all about, creating the value statement that will really get you the right attraction in terms of clients and opportunities within your career. And then yesterday we talked about, okay, how do you optimize pretty much your digital presence, whether it be your social media profile, even touched upon on websites, but essentially, how do you optimize your digital presence to attract, build, and scale your audience appropriately? And so when we look at what we discussed on session one, we talked about how every single person, whether it's your work experience, your lived experience, every single person has some type of experience, right? And obviously, the really influential individuals are able to really master the art of their craft. They're able to really expand to expertise level. And where you see people are able to scale and monetize their brand is when they're able to start being able to introduce themselves from a position of service and value. And that is called the positioning statement. And that starts at level 3. And this is when you start to enlighten others and people are able to step into your zone of genius here and they can feel it. It really starts with you going from being an expert to an authority on a topic or subject or an expert matter. Okay. And so with that said, to do this, the beginning stage and the starting point and being able to do that and manifest that authority is being able to have a very simple value positioning statement. And so many people don't know how to do this, but it's a sentence. A simple sentence telling people, I help who to do what because of why. Right. And I share with you my value positioning statement, which is I help female entrepreneurs to monetize their personal brands online to be able to live a flexible, fulfilled lifestyle. Right. And obviously, for a lot of people, their value position statement serves the audience that they are themselves, right? Sometimes your first customer, your first client is you because you could not find the solution to your problem or challenge that you are facing, right? There's so many people who don't know how to do this, lose out on so many opportunities because they're not able to position themselves to attract the right audiences, right? And then yesterday for session 2, we said, okay, now that you have this simple but yet powerful value positioning statement where now you're able to walk into rooms and walk into virtual circles and be able to attract the right audience. When they see you, how do they see you? Because your digital footprint is very, very instrumental in terms of converting audiences into all the works that you want to manifest in your career, right? And the most immediate thing to do is optimize your social media profiles. And my social media favorite is LinkedIn. Now, I share that LinkedIn is a powerful page to optimize simply because not only are you able to find B2C customers, which is everyday individuals, professionals of different industries and backgrounds, but you also tap into B2B customers, which is corporations and institutions, and government customers. I have all of the above, which is why I leverage LinkedIn so much because I'm able to connect with government clients, corporate clients, institutional clients, and individuals who want to work with me, whether it's through my coaching programs, whether it's to get booked for a speaking engagement, the entire ecosystem I'm able to tap into through LinkedIn professionally and segment and do that. And so optimizing your LinkedIn profile through the steps that we shared yesterday is very, very crucial. The next part was really taking that value statement and really turning it into the key 3 or 4 words that you use to describe yourself so people signal that you are the right person to connect with, right? So whether it be a serial entrepreneur, a tech influencer, ecosystem builder, whatever those 3 tag words are, that's what you use in your title so people are able to immediately know what networks you associate yourself with and how they can work with you going forward. And then finally, the last thing is really once you create your value statement, you showcase that and you make it very clear who you are, Now you got to show off a little bit and show your content value by being able to provide consistent content in today's digital age. I shared how it's important to be binge worthy. People need at least 7 different touch points with you in order to be able to build trust. And because there's so many people on the internet trying to prove that they're experts and influencers, you need at minimum 7 hours of content for people to be able to convert. Now, before you get crazy and just get overwhelmed, 7 hours of content is literally 7 webinars or a 3-day masterclass or a little mini course program. The point is, people should be able to tune into your page, the one that you select. Remember, we talked about focusing on 2 main social media accounts, one being your official one and the second one being your backup, to be able to cultivate that content value. And I liken it to a TV station, right? Where when someone tunes into your TV channel, which is your social media page, why should they stay interested and why should they subscribe to the channel? And you are able to do that by creating content, sharing your expertise, and I showed all different ways for you to be able to do that. So that was session 2. Now, as we now dive into session 3, which is today, now we're kicking it up a notch because now we know how to position ourselves so we can attract the most powerful and correct audiences that we want to work with to manifest brand deals, speaking engagements, so many different career opportunities, venture deals, to now being able to position that and optimize your digital presence so people can find you and engage with you and contact you. Now you got to give them something, right? Beyond your value through your content, through your work, through your updates, where people are seeing it's a cycle, right? When people are tracking on social media, they're getting value, they get insights, they get perspective, but they also get updates on what you're doing. If you're going to monetize, you got to sell something. And this is where people get tripped up upon, because I'm not saying you got to be salesy, because I'm not a salesy person. Half of the things that I actually promote and offer to my community, I barely even promote it on social media. I promote it privately to my network through emails, right? So you got to be able to turn that thought leadership that you have not only into content to impact the masses, to showcase your value to those who can't afford it, but also to those who are trying to get to know you and build that trust. Once that trust is built, now they say, okay, I cannot find a solution for my problem anywhere else. How can I work with you to solve that problem? That's when you create offers. And some of the best offers that you could create in today's digital age are digital products. So today, for session 3, we're going to talk about how you're going to create your first or your next digital product that sells on repeat. And this is something I've done over the past 10 years. So you're going to learn how to turn your lived experiences into a framed curriculum for others to learn, to coach through, to either sell in the form of a course, a membership, a program. I will show you different ways to essentially monetize your expertise, to get paid for what you know without having to go to a job to do it, without having to build a whole full business plan and a business from scratch to do it, just by going live and engaging with your audience organically. Are you ready for this? Can I get ready on the chat just to make sure that everyone is with me and excited for what's next? All right, so let me have it. Now we are there. Let's move forward. So with that said, digital products and programs. I do not think this is your first time hearing about digital products, because honestly, if you go through Instagram Reels or TikTok or any of the, the shorts videos, I'm actually kind of tired of everyone talking about launching digital products. And I'm actually tired of people being insincere about how they talk about you should launch, like, taking other people's courses and content. And granted, there's multiple ways to make money online through affiliate marketing and other digital products, which is fine, right? But I genuinely feel that the most sustainable products you can create that people would not only gain value from, but be able to grow with you and build with you, and honestly just truly grow huge inspiration and respect for, is creating a digital product from your actual owned, lived, worked, and asked experiences, okay? And so I am always promoting to people, try to literally package your actual expertise and don't always default to selling other products. Again, I'm not against selling other products. I actually think it's a great thing. I have an entire program on how to do that. But if you want to build your personal brand and be known for something, to be able to grow and manifest your career where you're getting multiple deals, multiple opportunities, but in terms of impacting your community in a way that's sustainable, you're going to have to create a digital product or a program. And I'm going to show you how to do that sustainably. All right. So here's where I start. First and foremost, I don't care who you are on this call. Every single person on this call has at least three, let me say this again, minimum 3 different experiences from their life that they could convert, right, into a digital offer. Okay, so that could be maybe one of your work experiences from the multiple jobs that you've experienced in your career. It could be a lived experience. Maybe you're a mother, maybe you're a parent, maybe you're a farmer, maybe you do arts and crafts on the side, maybe you cook. Okay, a lived experience or an acts experience. Remember, we went over this on the first day, where acts experience is something that people constantly come up to you for and ask you a favor. Maybe it's a family, maybe it's a friend, maybe it's your coworkers. There's something in your life that people repeatedly ask you to do or help them with that you probably don't know how to monetize yet, or you never thought too much of it, but you know that it's something that people always ask you for. So I always tell people during this moment, write down the 3 things that you feel excited to teach other people about, right? So for example, I have multiple work experiences. I've launched multiple companies. I've worked in corporate. I've worked in banking. I've worked for nonprofits. But out of all those work experiences, I don't really care about really talking about how to start a nonprofit. I don't really care about talking about, at least not right now, talking about how to get into banking, even though I did really well in the banking sector. But I do care about being an entrepreneur and being a serial entrepreneur. So I've created digital offers and programs teaching other people how to be digital entrepreneurs, right? That's my work experience lane. Second, how about my lived experience? I'm a mother, I'm a wife, I'm an amateur farmer, I'm a great cook. I can cook multiple cuisines because I travel the world. I'm a global traveler. I scrapbook, I color, I design, I'm a painter, I'm a dancer, I actually choreograph. There's multiple, guys, lived experiences that I've done in my life that people like, Christine, you're good at this, right? And so I probably don't care about doing any of all of those things, but I love farming right now, right? So I could teach people through a course how to launch a snail farm, how to launch a chicken farm, how to grow produce out of your backyard from scratch in 90 days or less, right? I could create a product, a digital offer, just through my lived experiences alone. Last but not least, acts experience. People always ask me, Christine, can you read my bio? Can you read my cover letter? Christine, can you help me with this email? Christine, can you help me, with fundraising? Christine, can you help me, be able to manage my credit? Can you help me with this? Can you help me with that? Right? I don't care, again, for multiple things that I would love to teach on, but I would probably want to teach people how to, for example, be able to build a digital profile or be able to do copy on a marketing campaign because I love digital marketing, right? So right then and there, I just talked through that in under 2 minutes. Just sitting down, I have not even scratched the surface of all the things I've done in my life that I could put into a digital offer for the public. But you get the point that each one of you have at least 3 experiences that you can capitalize and be such an amazing solution to someone that needs it. Okay. So with that said, hands down, for those of you who are always overthinkers, always contemplating, you have 3 powerful experiences that we could turn into capital revenue for you today. Okay. So those are the 3 experiences, which means you technically have 3 new sustainable revenue streams that you could be generating income from, but you're not tapping into it. And this one always by far shocks people because people forget that when you have multiple revenue streams, a lot of times we're thinking about jobs, we're thinking about businesses, we're thinking about things that require a lot of either upfront costs, upfront, work, upfront, building network capacity. I mean, to launch a company right now, I've done it many times before. You have to find the product market fit, you have to find your customers, you have to have, launch plan. It takes several weeks to really get a company up and running. And don't even forget about hiring people. If you want to start a job right now, you have to make sure you have the right qualifications. You have to go through a training program. So much upstart, right? But when it comes to launching a digital offer based on your expertise, it literally all it takes, based on what I'm teaching you on this personal brand live launch, sometimes within a week, to just get at the mic, go live virtually, and share something that someone will say, hey, I'm raising my hand. I want this. I want to be able to work with you. Can you show me how you've done that? It's kind of like someone picking your brain, but paying you for it organically, right? And so every single one of you, please comment on the feed revenue streams, 3 revenue streams on the chat feed, so you can understand that you have literally a minimum of 3 revenue streams that you could tap into that you're not leveraging right now. Comment 3 revenue streams so I can make sure that we're all here on the same page and understand how powerful that is, that you are automatically ordained with 3 income generating opportunities as we speak right now on this session, right? Which is really powerful to think of, because when I started, launching digital offers, I was mind blown, right? That just my everyday experiences that I've been able to live off of, right? Because some of these experiences, because they're ones that I've overcome challenges, really grew, and really learned a lot from, I'm able to leverage that to teach other people, right? And so with that said, what are digital products? Once you understand those 3 experiences, how do you convert them, right, into offers that are actually helpful? Because I don't want you to be that person just creating offers just because you want to sell and make money. That's not, we can all win in this situation where you can impact lives, make money while doing it, and create a legacy. Right? And that's what we're here for. We're not here to BS people. We're here to actually create things, create offers, create opportunities, create experiences for people that actually make sense and that is actually helpful. Okay. So what are digital products? It's pretty much your experience, right? Work experience, access experience, lived experiences, right? Your jobs, your businesses, things that you do at home, plus your journey, right? Because people forget 10 people could be able to all work, let's say in banking, but your journey into the banking sector might be very different. Some people maybe started through a training program. Some people may have to pitch on the street. Some people, like, I don't know if you guys watched the series Suits. His journey into the law field was crazy, right? That is such a crazy experience to be able to tap into. I think it's very beautiful just hearing just his journey into it. So that experience combined with your journey creates a unique perspective. And that's what people are paying for, because your perspective creates different strategies and solutions for people that creates a huge transformation, because people are not paying for information on how to be able to start a company. They could get that anywhere on the internet. They're paying for the transformation they will get by learning from you, specifically based on your successes and based on the challenges that you overcame to be able to be where you're at today, right? So the value proposition in that digital product is your secrets, your strategies, your tactics, your tips, your blueprint, your roadmap, your structures, anything that's in your mind that you've been able to replicate success in your life. Someone can learn from that. Right? So that's what the format of that is. And it's unique in the fact that you could do this remotely from your home. This is the reason why people like me who are able to really monetize our brands, we're able to have very flexible lifestyles, because we're able to create these value offers literally from our homes, right? I'm at home right now. I'm not even at my work office, right? So I'm able to come live, engage with all of you, and share with you value, be able to engage with you, have fun with you, talk to you, right? Coach you, mentor you, and have all these different conversations while still monetizing my brand on autopilot in the background, right? And that feels good, right? It really feels good to be able to leverage all the lessons that I've experienced over my lifetime and be able to share that with others in a way that's really fruitful and helpful. So how does this actually work? Essentially, let's use myself as an example. As an entrepreneur, right, in my journey of entrepreneurship, I'm able to teach people how to build businesses, be a global speaker, and monetize their personal brand, because I've done it, right? I've built multiple businesses. I'm a global speaker, and I have monetized my personal brand. And I don't have to really do marketing and promotions for this. This is the reason why you got to tap into your actual expertise and your experiences, because I'm already living it. So people already see me on a day-to-day, living the experiences of the offers that I sell. So people see me speaking on global stages. So that's the reason why I could teach people how to become public speakers. People see me, pretty much launching multiple businesses and working with multiple brands every single year. So I'm able to teach other entrepreneurs how to actually launch and scale businesses from scratch. People also see me monetizing my brands and doing digital offers and doing live coaching programs from scratch. And so I'm able to teach people how to do that as well. So I do not need to do any promotional marketing for the products that I'm offering at all, because I'm living and breathing the experiences that I'm sharing, right? So if you look at those three areas of my life experiences that I have, my digital products actually fall into those three experiences, funny enough, right? So I have a program called the Speaker Career Launch Accelerator, teaching people how to become public speakers. Clearly, I have a personal brand accelerator program teaching people how to build, scale, and monetize their brands immediately within weeks, right? And I also have a digital boss academy program where I help people actually create digital businesses, right, from scratch. So I already do this every day. So I'm teaching people how to do this as well, right? Those are usually the easiest things for people to launch immediately. And keep in mind, I'm not just selling. This is the thing. You need to balance your work with not just selling, but also supporting other people, because people need to build trust. People need to trust what you do. People want to work with you, right? So I provide, tons of free content on the internet. I do articles, I do programs, I do mentorships, I do weekly webinars, right? Every single week, where I tackle one main issue that someone's trying to tackle to help them on their digital journey, right? And so essentially by doing this, my community sees me showing up consistently with clarity and with great content. A lot of people who show up to my live events say, Christine, you rocked it, right? You're able to really give really great value in such a short time frame, right? So this is a visual so you can understand in real time how I'm able to add that value and showcase to people like, look, even other people have validated the work that I've done, right? I've been featured in media outlets. I've been recognized for my journey in entrepreneurship. So essentially this equation that I just share with you is something that I experience on a regular basis. And this is the equation in the Personal Brand Accelerator program. We walk people through how to pick the right experiences, how to articulate the journey that they took to achieve that experience, and create roadmaps and structures for that, of the perspective of launching that course, right? Or launching that program, or launching that retreat, or launching that conference, right? We help people break that down so that way people can find it very, very valuable, right? And the biggest thing that people always say, okay, well, why will someone want to buy something from me? Why would someone want to work directly with me? What trust does the person have in my capacity? What makes me an expert? And really, no one can argue with your truth. And for many of you, if you watch Disney movies, the classics that people have been watching for years and years and years to come, right? The biggest thing that you will see is that every single story follows the same roadmap. And that roadmap is called the hero's journey. Okay. In the hero's journey, we all, every single person on this planet, if you are living and breathing, you have been through a hero's journey. Some people have bigger ones than others. Some people have micro ones. Some people have multiple ones. But all of us have been through some type of challenge in our life. Some of us have been pushed to the brink where we had to learn something from that challenge. Some of us had to really take a leap of faith and really bring ourselves up out of that challenge and learn and really put ourselves out there through vulnerability, strength, and perseverance, get on the other side of that challenge and grow and kind of reincarnate ourselves and become a better person. This is the reason why challenges are good for us, because it helps us to grow into better individuals long term. That journey, you have multiple experiences tied to your work experiences that you could share with others, right? So the reason why people, for example, want to work with me, because a lot of people have seen my journey from scratch, how I grew up in Haiti, how I traveled the world, how I went to school, how I became the first in my family to go to college, the first in my family to get a banking job, first in my family to launch a digital business, the first in my family to be able to scale and make it on Forbes, the first in my family to go speak on stages around the world, the first. People have been with me. I have a lot of day ones in my life, right? People have seen me literally start from scratch, right? And they know what I've been through. They know I've had nights where I just didn't know how to figure things out. They know I had situations where I didn't have funding. They know I failed multiple businesses and came back harder. They know I've struggled to even balance work, life, and family. People have seen me. I'm getting emotional. People have seen me go through highs and lows throughout my entire life. And people always come to me and say, Christine, how did you do it? I want to learn from you. Show me, break it down. And it's that hero's journey that I've been able to experience that many of you know that you've been through challenge. Comment challenge if you've been through some challenge in your life, that you know that if someone heard what you've been through to see where you are today, they just be overwhelmed and amazed and truly inspired by your journey and what you've done, right? Every single one of us have it. And don't underestimate the challenges and the journeys that you've experienced in your life. So many people are trying to grow and learn. And sometimes your journey is not teaching others, but it's validating others, right? Some things that you've been through, sometimes, even though we know we have 9 billion people on the planet, sometimes people want to know, like, oh, I've been through that too. And it's amazing to see that someone has come to the other side. Some people just need to see that and are inspired. And because of that, they want to work with you. They want to engage with you. They want to step into your light, your zone of genius, to be able to get through their own challenges, right? So that's the power of really combining that. So now as we transition into your workbooks, I want to share with you how to walk through creating that digital product. So obviously I want you to pull up your workbook, right? Hopefully you have it printed and you're working on it, right? And we're going to walk you through the digital product map that we have in the workbook, where we talk about how to create the right title, how to find your audience, right? What problems is that person that you want to serve facing, right? What challenges are they facing? So someone, for example, if I walk you through this, essentially, let's say I know that I'm a Black female entrepreneur, right? I know it's very hard to get visibility sometimes, right? As an entrepreneur, we all need visibility as business people, right? So I know there are other Black women out there, right? So that's let's say my ideal avatar, that are struggling with visibility, right? And some of the visibility challenges that they may be facing, and then I'm using this straight from the workbook, okay? Some of the visibility challenges that they may be facing is like, look, I know maybe becoming a public speaker might be great. So how do I get speaking engagements? That's one challenge. How do I get plugged into a speaker circuit? That's another challenge. How do I create a speaker proposal so that way people could book me? That's another challenge. How do I price, my speaking engagements? How much should I charge for speaking on stage? That's another challenge. So you can literally, as you're thinking of this person, walk through multiple challenges that person is going through. And me as a global speaker, I'm literally putting myself in their shoes, think of all the challenges that they're going through, thinking of all the solutions I could give them. I could show them, like, oh, this is how you create a speaker proposal. This is the template. This is how you find speaking engagement. These are the databases. This is how you build a brand online so people could book you for speaking engagements. I think of all the solutions that they could use to solve their challenges. And then I'm like, okay, let me walk you through how to execute on all these solutions over the course of 4 weeks. That's the objective of the outcomes. And then by the end of 4 weeks, I want you to be able to create a speaker proposal, optimize your bio, be able to go to market, find deals, all in 4 weeks. And by the way, this program is priced at this point. Did you see what just happened there? I just walk you through an entire digital product map. And in the Personal Brand Accelerator, we flesh out for each individual 3 different products that you could do literally with under minutes, where just by thinking of the people that probably have some of the challenges that you probably even face, and creating solutions for them, and then walking them through, coaching them through, executing on those solutions. Does that make sense? That's what happens in real time. Okay. And so I wanted to walk you through that so you can see what that looks like. So let's go over it again. So essentially, if we wanted to start with one digital product and one digital offer, you would pick a topic. And how would you do that? So we first will start by listing all your career or your life or acts experiences. So for example, I will list out all the different titles I have in my work experiences. So I have been an entrepreneur, I've been a public speaker, I've been a corporate advisor, I've been a mother, I'm a global traveler, I'm a college graduate, I'm a diaspora, I'm an athlete, I'm a cook, multiple different experiences in my life. See how simple that is? This will take you less than 10 minutes to articulate all the different titles to your name that you've experienced in your life. Then step 2 is you're going to turn each of these titles into topics. So you can see how if I just think of 10 different title experiences, I could think of 30 different topics. So for an entrepreneur, I could be like, how to launch a startup, how to launch build a business as a female entrepreneur, as a public speaker, how to get booked for speaking engagements. And you see that you keep going down the list, that could take you another half hour to just turn 3 different topics just based on your title experiences. Then you're going to pick one of those experiences, right? And say, okay, how do I not turn it into a title that really attracts the audiences I want to serve, right? And how do I leverage different digital tools to market and promote that, right? So I would actually, instead of just saying how to build a business, anyone can find information on that. I could say how to launch a startup in 30 days with a Google Doc, because I've done that before, and monetize that business. That will attract people, and that will get people to say, hey, I want to sign up for that. Christine, teach me how you did that. And then step 4 is creating a simple flyer on Canva and just really just testing out the market, putting it out there, showcasing it to people over like 2 weeks and say, hey, I'm looking to sign up 5 people, 10 people for a training program that I'm doing. Is anyone interested? With the Google Doc, you could get people sign ups for free. You could go to market, right? And we walk people through that entire process in the Personal Brand Accelerator, where we walk you through how to create a launch document, how to create those topics, and walk you through the entire process. And you'll find that the simplicity of going through that process showcases to you all the different things that you could offer your network that could be hugely, hugely, hugely beneficial, right? And I always tell people, when you're launching a digital offer, you're not just trying to sell people, you're trying to serve people. And it's very important that you have that mentality, because when you come into a mentality of service, you operate completely differently. So you're not scared to do multiple webinars, multiple lives, do templates and workshops. You're not scared to do all those things, because you're not trying to just make money and sell. You're trying to serve, right? So what happens is that you just want to get out there and share that knowledge with others and see the feedback from other people and say like, okay, I went live, this is what I'm offering. And I realized that people didn't really care about me just teaching them how to speak. People wanted me to walk them through their speaker proposals and walk them through generating bookings, right? So you start to really learn what your audience really needs. So that way you're not selfishly just thinking, oh, I know what they need. Boom, 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 and create a course. That's not what you do. You never create a course simply based on what you think is correct. You actually have a conversation with people by just giving value and being of service, and that's how you do it. And so the best way to do that is to test content with a live webinar and then announce to them at the end of the session, hey, this is what I'm working on. Let me know if you're interested, right? It's a truly amazing experience when you're able to achieve launching a digital offer, right? Because you're able to see in real time that your experiences have value for others, right? And then you're able to serve them very, very well and build real credibility, real network, and real legacy by supporting people through things that you really love to do, right? And if you need more inspiration, for some of you, if you've never launched a digital offer before and you're like, look, okay, how can I visualize that? Obviously, you could track what I'm doing. You could follow me on social media. But I also suggest that you identify 3 to 5 different people who are similar in likeness, thought leadership, or audience profiling to you, and see how they did it. So 3 people that I follow very well is people like Lisa Nichols, who she's an inspiring, vulnerable woman who just like really shares her journey and how she's able to manifest becoming a global speaker and a global icon. So I'm able to track all the things that she do to really cultivate a real community and audience. And I'm inspired by her because she really is vulnerable and open. She's not, let me not put some names out of there, but she's not a salesy person. She's not always just trying to sell people. She really just cares about sharing her journey and really inspiring others. And I love being an inspiration to others as well. So I love how she flows, right? And so she's someone that I track her process of really creating value in her community. Another person I admire a lot is also Tony Robbins. Now, Tony Robbins obviously is a mega brand. And so some people, he's either hit or miss. Some people either love him or hate him. But one thing you got to admit, he is to this day the first person, the only person who creates the biggest live events digitally of all time, right? And so I find him incredibly fascinating, how he's able to motivate the masses virtually. It's really, truly remarkable, right? And I have close-up peers that I follow, like Jay Carly. I like how she just an amazing networker. It used to be a great mentor of mine that I truly admire. So there's multiple people that I track, even at my level of expertise, for inspiration. So you could do the same and be able to see what they do and see how they are able to articulate their niche, their topics. And if you notice, they're not focused on just trying to have catchphrases. They really serve people based on their actual expertise. And it's truly, truly remarkable. Now, for those of you, okay, some of you are like, okay, this is amazing. I see that this is possible. This is great. I know this is the right move for me. Is this sustainable for several years? The answer is yes. I have built my entire brand for 10 years, launching digital offers, and I will tell you, it's probably the most sustainable thing you could do to really monetize your expertise better than anything that is out there right now. Right. And so essentially, what you do to really create a sustainable lifestyle over several years with this process is you make sure that obviously you have a website for your brand. You continue to build credibility on social media. So we talked about the content calendar yesterday, right? And you're constantly picking a schedule where you will always show up for your community and you're not selling anything, right? So for me, I consistently show up every week through my webinars. I show up almost every month with live challenges like this one. Like I love doing these live, multi-day programs because I'm able to teach people in real time and really get people from start to finish to a powerful conclusion that can really serve them. So that's how I show up. And then after a couple of the sessions, I'm like, look, I'm hearing, and usually what I do is I leverage people's responses to my free content to create offers. I actually don't just promote and sell. People usually respond and give me feedback, say, Christine, this is great, but can you do this? Can you do this? Can you do this? And I algorithm all those different feedback responses and then create a digital offer. And I do this cycle multiple times a year. And I literally have one major flagship product and a couple of mini programs that I support throughout the year. But that has been sustainable for me throughout the past couple years, right? So it's really, really possible for anyone. And how this works is really, really getting good at just simply showing up. And the best way to show up right now is through video form. Before it was ebooks, before it was in written form, but you've seen that a lot of people now, when you show up in video form, keep in mind, the video form, it doesn't even have to be long. It could be 15 to 30 minutes. There's an influencer that I follow that I love how she does it. She does a lot of her webinar sessions, 15 minutes or less, right? And I started doing the same too, because I realized that I love having very short webinar sessions that's really punching into the point. And so it's really, really great to do. And those things really captivate an audience really well. And I use platforms like Canva just to announce multiple webinars, multiple programs and sessions very, very easily with my team. Right. And so I have an entire session like this in my personal brand accelerator program where I walk people through the entire formula of building credibility very quickly through webinars, right? Where you're showcasing your expertise, providing value, and everybody wins. You're providing value to people who just really just trying to solve a problem. You're building your audience, building your credibility, and ultimately you're able to monetize that content because eventually people do want to take it a step further and work with you on multiple weeks. Because a lot of times people are so wowed by my content within an hour. People say like, look, this was great. I'm able to execute immediately on what you just said, but I want to do more and I want to work faster, right? How do I move forward that way? And this is how my formula has been literally for the past couple of years. I have not adjusted the formula at all. It has been like this for me and it has worked so well for other people that I've worked with, right? So with that said, obviously, I teach all of this in the Personal Brand Accelerator program that I'm launching live this year. And so these are different programs where I show you how to launch a digital course, how to map out the content, how to write out the curriculum, how to really test it. So that way you're not putting in work in advance, you really build something that people want, and how to create a process to generate engagements throughout the year organically. So that way you don't have to feel overwhelmed after a certain point. And keep in mind, you don't need to stop at digital courses and digital programs. Obviously, there's other digital package opportunities that you can create. And I'm going to walk you through now how you could create pretty much a personal brand empire where there's multiple ways to monetize your brand beyond digital products, right? And this is what I've been able to do over the years, and it's been truly fruitful. Another way to do is through speaker bookings. I get paid to speak all the time. And speaker bookings really, I have an entire session in the program where we talk about how to get booked for speaking engagements. But essentially, it's you positioning yourself as a global speaker, finding the right circuits to tap into, because once you're in a speaker circuit, you usually constantly get more and more deals. How to create opportunities for yourself, create a pipeline, and really build equity with event organizers so that way they know you and are able to always recommend you to multiple functions, right? And that cycle continues and grows over time. So I want to now transition to, now that you hear how to launch your first digital offer and the process to do that, how simple that process is, I want to walk you through now how to create your personal brand income plan, okay? How to actually map out how much money you can make per day, per week, per month, per year, simply with your personal brand, okay? And this is even for newcomers. So obviously, as you start to build, digital product offers, you're going to start to really diversifying and offer multiple things based on your lived experiences. And I tend to tell people, because of your multiple experiences, you could create a digital course, you could do a conference, you could do a retreat, you could do a workshop. There's multiple ways to monetize your expertise. And I always tell people, I run at least 3 to 5 experiments a year, but I double down on my core flagship products every single year. So let's say I'm generating six figures with 3 core offerings. So my retreats, my conference, and my digital products, right? Every single year, I'll experiment new things, like maybe launching a podcast or launching a TV channel, do this and that, to keep upping my not only my income, but also my reach of different audiences, because I want to serve more people every single year. But my core fundamental income is still there and available. And that's how I'm able to create an entire product suite, again, where I have a retreat, I have an accelerator program, I have a summit conference, I have, webinar programs, I have an agency, right? You start to see that over time, with the success of one digital offer, you're able to do multiple different packages where people are like, look, I just want to work with you with anywhere that you're doing. Because again, people are learning from you. So for example, people are learning how to monetize their brands through my personal brand accelerator program. Entrepreneurs are learning how to manifest entrepreneurs at scale through my entrepreneur icon retreat, where they come and just see me in real time. They come to my office, they come to my businesses, they come to my house, they come, go out with me, they spend time with me. We go to the beach, we go to obviously my farms, right? They get to see really behind the scenes of my life in action, in an intimate way that other people are not able to see, right? People are able to see how I run conferences, where I take them backstage and see how I launch live events. These are the products tools I've offered people over the years that's been truly, truly beneficial to them, right? And so when you're thinking about your income flow, right? If you look at, the multiple ways to generate revenue, just looking at a speaking engagement, right? Let's say you get paid $1,000 for speaking engagement. On average, at the high end, maybe your first speaking engagement might be $5,000, maybe it might be $1,000. So average wise, you might be able to close $3,000 per speaking engagements. If you reach out to, let's say, 100 events per month, and you're able to close, let's say, 25% of those engagements, which is 25 events, and do 2 events per month, you're looking at, really generating about 1,250 leads. I know I'm getting heavy into numbers, but I'm a numbers person, where a $3,000 speaking engagement for you to speak at an event at 25 events per year would generate you $75,000, right? Here's another way to monetize your brand. Let's say you host workshops, right? Where you're charging for a retreat or a workshop where for multiple days you're charging $10,000. If 5 people join you for that, you already got 50 grand, right? Let's say you have a digital course where you start selling it at 1,000, you just get 20 people per year paying for that course, you automatically generate 20 grand, right? Let's say you do a conference for 100 ladies, right? A women in business conference, you charge $300 a ticket, you already generated $30,000 for that conference. Same thing for a retreat. Let's say you charge for an all-inclusive 3-day retreat where you're charging $5,000 per head, and let's say you only invite 10 people, you already got 50,000. So just looking at these different ways of toggling, this is something that we go over in the Personal Brand Accelerator, where I walk you through, here are the experiences that you can monetize immediately. Here's the blueprint for us to go to market with them. And you can see how to start generating revenue throughout the year, where just this lineup right here is close to $250,000 in a year. So you're able to see that just through your own experiences, you could experience. Now, I'm not saying you're going to make 6 figures out the gate within the first year. Some people are able to do that if they really say, okay, I'm going to focus on this full time and drop everything else. But for those of you who are just like dabbling in, trying to figure it out, it could give you sizable income very, very quickly, right? This is the power of your expertise being converted into digital products, digital courses, digital retreats, digital conferences, or even live in-person programs, right? Speaking engagements and the like, right? So this is really, really important that you understand that, okay? So today, like I said, we covered a lot. I share with you how to create your first or your next digital product so it sells on repeat. We have covered a lot. right? And so over the past 3 days, I walk you through how to position yourself, how to attract the right audiences, and how to create your first digital offer so you can start generating revenue. Tomorrow is going to be the most important, let me iterate this, the most important day of the entire series. Because here's the thing. The first 3 sessions I taught you were very, very powerful, right? Because I taught you how to position yourself, attract the art audience, and create your first digital offer so you start making money, right? But a lot of people don't know how to do the marketing, how to attract the leads, how to generate revenue immediately, okay? Tomorrow, I'm going to show you how to do the live launch method and launch your personal brand and start closing customers within 24 hours or less. This by far is one of the best industry secrets that I'm going to share with you, and it's going to let you rip, right? It's a very powerful tool. And during the Personal Brand Accelerator program, we actually help people launch their brand. We help them do an actual launch event live, right? And so this is crazy. I'm going to showcase this strategy to you tomorrow because it's going to completely flip your entire perspective of the entire digital landscape. And you're going to realize, oh, this is how these people are able to generate revenue. Because a lot of people, they'll tell you what to create and how to create it, but they don't share with you how to get the leads to actually generate the revenue immediately, right? And so this is going to be a very, very, very powerful session tomorrow. Don't miss out. Now, for those of you, obviously, yesterday we opened the doors open for at least 10 people to get this immediate offer to not only joining me for the Personal Brand Accelerator program, but I'm going to help you launch your brand this year. I'm going to coach you through, help you launch a live event to launch your personal brand and start generating revenue immediately. This is crazy, okay? And only 10 people could be able to have access to this program at the price point that I'm providing that expires tonight at 8 p.m. And remember, over the course of 4 weeks, I'm going to help you first week build your personal brand where we optimize your bio, optimize your value position statement, and optimize your entire social media digital presence online. Then we're going to help you be able to even launch a website so that way you could go to market in week 2, where I'm going to share with you how to build your audience and get speaking engagement opportunities so you can scale your expertise even faster. Week 3, I'm going to help you build your first digital product and walk you through an entire product launch plan so you can be able to start generating revenues immediately. And then for last week, I will help you actually launch your personal brand live, where I give you an actual personal brand business plan where after you launch your event, where you launch your program virtually, by the way, and start generating revenue, I will show you how to make this sustainable and turn your personal brand into an actual business. I've incorporated my business, so I'm always excited to show people how to incorporate their personal brands and start generating 6 figures every single year at scale, and you start to see yourself grow. As you grow your audience, you start to grow your income, and it's really an amazing culmination to the Personal Brand Accelerator program, where I teach you how to do the first steps and start getting immediate results, but I also teach you how to sustain that success to grow, especially as you evolve your personal brand over time. So obviously with this Personal Brand Accelerator program, you get the live coaching where I come on live, just like how you see this today, but I'm workshopping through. We actually do the work. We get the work, the Google Docs documents together, and we live edit together. Anyone who's been on my programs before, you know we live edit together on these coaching programs is really, really powerful. Of course, you'll get access to the spreadsheets and the implementation so that way you can start promoting very easily. And then the best part of this program, in addition to live coaching, where I teach you how to build and scale and monetize your brand, probably the most unique thing that I know you won't be able to get anywhere else, because I have hosted over 400 events in the past couple of years. 400. Okay. I'm an event queen. All right. I will help you launch a digital event to launch your personal brand and generate leads, income, and career opportunities right there through that program. Okay. And so obviously this program is valued at $11,900 due to the fact that you're getting 3 different programs packaged into one. You're getting personal branding coaching to teach you how to build and monetize your brands. There's a session on how to become a public speaker where I help you get positions to speak on different stages. And the last one is event management, which is crazy. I'm teaching you event management game that you're not going to find anywhere else. I'm like, ask anyone on the internet. I launch multiple events in different countries, different places around the world. There's nobody like me on the internet right now, right? And so today you get all of that for the simple price of $9.97. And I don't usually like to talk price points because honestly, just one coaching session with me will rock your world, right? If you just understand how in depth I am when it comes to coaching, you will understand that having several weeks with me for me to walk you through how to do this, it's a no-brainer. And honestly, like I said, we're stopping it at 10 because we need to make sure that we're promoting it to the community at the correct price. Because you guys are a part of this program, which means I've already been coaching you, so you already get the feel of how to actually do this process. It'll be a lot easier to coach you even faster through the program. And that's the only reason why I'm providing this offer up until 8 p.m. tonight. So the offer closes at 8 p.m. Yesterday, we opened the doors to that. We got a couple of people come in. Thank you so much for joining and jumping on board so quickly. I do believe we have a couple spots left. It closes tonight at 8 p.m. Please, this happens every single time. And I'm going to tell you this right now because I don't want you to frustrate my team, okay? Please do not wait till after 8 p.m. and then DM and email the team, can you still get this offer? Do not do that. Please do not do that. Make a decision. You either want to move forward and do this or not, and then let it go, okay? Because it will be offered to the public at the price point that it should be at, which is $2,497, and that will be it. So please do not harass our team. This happens every single time. Like literally, we've had emails literally at like 30 minutes after, an hour after, of people saying, please, can I still get access to it? Because we actually close down the link once we close out the offer. Please make the decision. You either want to do this, and you know in your heart that you're ready for this. You know that you want to work with me. You know you want to move forward. If you make that decision, take action on it. Let's move forward and let's get this done, because this program starts in 2 weeks. Right? So this is not something that I'm doing in the fall next year. I'm going live twice a week with this cohort group of individuals in the next 2 weeks. And don't forget, for a lot of my coaching programs, we have pre-sessions where I meet with you prior to make sure that these are the things I need. I want to see your resume. I want to see your LinkedIn profiles, where I have you submit all your different digital profiles so that our team is auditing everything, so that once we start the program, we're on to the races, right? So this is really important that you understand that. So obviously, if you want to join, you have time to be able to get access to this today. Okay, some people are DMing the link. Sorry about that. Let me send you guys the link. You could be able to access it from right here. Here's the link, okay? So you could directly access that, all right? Sorry about that. Thought the team was able to put that on the chat feed. So now that I'm going to transition into questions, any questions on the feed, I would love to answer any questions that people have, because obviously we covered a lot today. We've been covering a lot over the past couple of days in general. And if you have questions about the program, let me know. If you have questions about how to be able to access different, audiences in terms of launching digital offers, let me know. And I will start answering questions right now. So thank you so much. This has been a really, really fun session. So let's see what people got to say. So let me get some yays and nays on the chat feed that people are sending some updates. Some people are saying they don't have their workbooks. Thank you so much. The team will be able to respond. So thank you so much for the great brief. So a lot of you guys are ready, excited. So thank you so much. The team is sharing that. So any questions on the live feed, because we covered a lot. And I know usually when I close out the lives, I also go back on social media and start answering questions live. We get a lot of emails. Some people email us at hello, and I'll put that the team email. So you guys, if you have any questions about the program or just in general, today's session, you can DM the team directly at hello@christineandtim.com, because we always get tons of emails after every session, for sure. So I always answer questions through that as well. The team will forward it to me, any emails that goes through the account or DMs. DM is the fastest, or on the chat. I will respond to every question on the chat as well. So again, this is your opportunity to join me. Obviously, we have a couple spots left. I'm looking forward to seeing many of you. And like I said, my excitement about the Personal Brand Accelerator program is that I'm able to kind of get to know many of you a little bit differently, because obviously each one of you have different reasons why you're trying to monetize your brand. Some of you want to be public speakers. Some of you want to just add different, revenue streams in your life, so that way you could be able to have multiple options, right? Some of you are trying to transition careers and you want to position yourself for different career opportunities. There's so many reasons, but three things I will say that I love about this program, that when I launched it as a beta pilot program last year, I mainly focused on teaching people the fundamentals of building and monetizing their brand. And we stopped at showing them how to launch digital product offers. And with that, a lot of people were successful and loved it. This year, based on frustrations, and all those alumni will also be on this session as well. So you're going to get to meet alumni of the first cohort, which is really exciting, right? This year, what excites me is I'm thinking of helping people launch their actual brands, right? Because instead of you being able to be coached up into being able to launch digital offers, for me to sit down with you and say, okay, Mary, you are an entrepreneur in a tech field, and over the past 10 years, these are the things that you've been doing. Let's help you launch this digital product, and let's walk you through, okay, on this day, let's launch the event on October 15th. And we're gonna pick that day to go live. Let's do October 15th. Let's make it a 2-day event. Let's make it a 3-day event, a 5-day event, 1-day event. We work through your schedule and say, okay, on this date, this is what we're going to do. And here's going to be the logistics around doing this. Do you have a person? Do you have a team? Are you going to do it by yourself? If you're going to do it by yourself because you don't have a team, let me walk you through how to be resourceful and skillful to be able to do that. If you do have a team, bring them on the call. Let's show them how to launch this event with you. Who's going to be on social media? Who's going to be on email? Like, we literally sit down and plan your personal brand launch. So that way you're not only introducing yourself to your community with authority and just, by the way, you just look awesome just launching like that. But second, we help you actually launch a digital offer immediately on that session, right? And so you're able to not only generate new leads, cultivate a crazy, crazy, crazy amount of credibility because people are seeing you live, engaging. We show you how to do that, but you're able to also make money immediately. And a lot of people didn't know that this is a secret to actually generating revenue quickly and building trust quickly in the market, because we have a situation now where a lot of people just don't know how to do certain things, right? And a lot of times what's really sad is that I find that a lot of people, they know how to create great experiences for people, but they don't know how to find the right people who want to tap into that. We show you how to find the right people who want to work with you, right? And so this is a phenomenal opportunity. This is something that honestly, a lot of people are not able to tap into without a program like this, and not be able to help you find your zone of genius based on your experiences and be able to launch live and be able to do that. So really, really powerful opportunity that I'm opening up to you. And the last thing I will say is that obviously for the past couple of days, it has been truly amazing just showing you not only my journey to doing this over the past decade, but also how simple it is to do this, right? Because I think a lot of people overcomplicate digital business and overcomplicating monetizing their brands. If you Google right now how to monetize your brand, you're going to get hundreds of different articles of people saying like, oh, write articles, oh, network, like very annoying now, generic advice on how to build and monetize your brand, right? And I'm sorry, right now, with the way the economy is and the way the world works right now, it's not helpful to get generic advice. My approach to monetizing a brand is, okay, what have I done over the past 10 years? And how can I share that journey with you? So over the past 10 years, I've launched conferences and made my brand. I made 6 figures per event off my personal brand. Workshops and conferences, right? 1 day, 2 days, and 3 days, right? I've launched digital courses and I've launched digital programs. I've launched digital memberships, right? And show you. And the unique thing is, when I show you multiple ways to monetize, there's going to be one that you're like, oh, this one will work for me immediately. And I always tell people the first thing to do is launch a digital program, because you could do it directly from your home. and it gives you the most flexibility and control, right? And so I'm always excited to show people and walk people through how to do that from scratch and how to really engage and build an audience in a way that really builds credibility, authority, and really a network that really admires the work that you do and can't wait to see you show up and go live, right? I have people that like Chris, like when they see an email from me, they don't care what I'm doing. They're like, Christine, I'm signed up, right? That's what you want. You want people to be excited at the work that you do. And here's the beauty about personal branding. When you monetize it in this way, people start to root for you, right? Because not only are you building your career in a way that's really unique, really inspiring, but people start to say, like, look, like you're also helping other people do the same. So people become invested in your journey. People become invested in your progress. People become invested in your progress, right? And that's really, really cool because as people are investing in your journey, because you're able to showcase the highs, the lows, the in-betweens, and share with people like, hey, I had a great day today. But hey, this is where I effed up. Let me show you what happened, right? People like to see the real thick of it, right? And I think a lot of times people tend to really just lose their own authentic self when it comes to digital marketing, right? And I get straight to the point. I share with people like I'm farming. I share people with time with my kids. I share with people things that I'm doing online. So people have seen me also run multiple experiments over the years as well and see that I'm really open and vulnerable to trying new things. And probably my best also excitement about this program is really helping people be more vulnerable but bold, right? We need more bold people. Comment bold if you want to be bold, right? You need to take more bold decisions. You need to really try to put yourself out there a little bit more, and you need to really respect yourself more, okay? A lot of you don't respect the challenges that you've overcome. You don't respect the journey that you've experienced, and a lot of you take for granted a lot of the things that you've done already, right? And I tend to tell people like, look, you're always two steps ahead of somebody that needs to hear from you, right? You're always two steps ahead of someone that needs to learn from you, okay? So don't take for granted anything that God has given you over the past decade, over the past couple of years, since you were born, right? Everything that you've experienced happened for a reason. I'm a, God-filled person. I'm very spiritually led. And I always tend to say, like, look, like, it happened for a reason. It happened for a purpose, even the bad, the good, the bad, and the ugly, right? And there are people that not only want to learn from you, they want to be able to see you thrive so they can see themselves thrive as well, right? There's nothing more beautiful seeing someone progress in their careers and share that journey with others in a way that people could also accelerate their learning curve to be able to do the same, right? And that's when you're building a brand that holds that type of value, where, for example, in my case, as a serial entrepreneur, as a public speaker, I share with people that journey and how I've done it. I'm able to get people on stages and get people to monetize and do things that they never thought was possible, right? And so that in itself as a profession, I think is really cool, right? Because me, when I show up from the work that I'm doing with my personal brand, it resonates a little bit differently than my businesses, right? Because my businesses is really clear that I have a product that I'm selling. And that's about it. Probably the highest level of excitement, maybe it's our customer service and our commitment to excellence and really being there for our consumers. That's probably the best thing that we could offer. But with your personal brand, it's a little bit different, right? Because you're building relationships. You're building, rapport. You're building networks. You're building communities, right? With your expertise. And that is something worth doing, right? Especially in your lifetime. And so with that said, I know at this point now I'm just going on because I really get really emotional about this because it's something that I wish I learned sooner. And when I did learn it, I learned so much from the process. And so I'm, again, excited to be on this journey with all of you guys to help you launch your personal brand the right way, the most sustainable way, the most impactful way, in a way that builds a legacy and excitement for you. And if you want to join me beyond this series through the Personal Brand Accelerator program, The comments has the link for you to join. Obviously, you could DM the team via hello@christineandtim.com if you have any further questions. And with that, I will see you live tomorrow, same time, same place. I'm going to go into the DMs and chat and answer some questions. And thank you so much. It's always an honor and a pleasure to be with you guys. It makes me so happy. Thank you so much. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.